I'm going to start with going over how to make a mayonnaise for you. So mayonnaise is a really simple recipe. The ingredients in it, you're gonna have 1 egg yolk, so you'll need 1 egg, and you'll need to separate the yolk from the white. And then the next ingredient you'll have is some Dijon mustard. You'll also need some oil. Vegetable oil works well. I have sunflower oil that I'm using today, so you'll need some oil. You'll need about half a cup of the oil, and then 2 teaspoons of the Dijon. You'll also need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, so you'll need a lemon, and then a pinch or so of salt. So those are the ingredients that you'll need for the mayonnaise. The thing that how you'll start this is like I said, you'll separate the egg yolk from the white. So you put your egg yolk in a bowl, and then you want to add the pinch of salt, and then get your whisk, and you're gonna start whisking those together. So you're trying to break up the proteins inside the egg, because what a mayonnaise is called an emulsion, and that basically means that the oil, the little globules of oil, is that a word? Globulates, whatever the word is for that, is suspended within the proteins of the egg, and that is what makes it into a mayonnaise, which is, like I said, it's an emulsion. So what you want to do is break up those proteins so that the oil has something to suspend inside of. So that's what you're doing when you're whisking the egg yolk, is you're breaking all of those proteins up. So you're going to start by doing that. And then little by little, you're going to add in your oil. So you want to start really with a small amount of the oil. So maybe just a few droplets of the oil. And at first, when you're making an emulsion, it's really unstable, but the longer that you're whisking it together and the more oil that you add, it'll become more and more stable. So as you go along, you can add the oil faster, but you want to start off really slowly with just a little bit of oil inside of the egg yolk. And usually a mayonnaise is about 80% oil by volume, so the majority of mayonnaise is actually oil. That's the same thing for the mayonnaise that you buy at the store. It's pretty much all oil, it's all fat. That's why it tastes so good on everything. Fat is what gives everything flavor. That's where the flavor is in pretty much all the foods, like meats and everything. The fattier bits are the tastier parts. So I'm gonna keep mixing that. So I added a little bit before we started so that you guys wouldn't have to sit here and watch me do the entire process. So where I am right now, I've added probably about half of my oil. You can see that there. And so you'll see it's starting to lighten up. It was just the egg yolk, the salt, and the oil that I've been mixing together. So this is about half of my oil that's gone in. And as you continue adding more, it'll get lighter and lighter and start to resemble more of that whitish color that we associate with mayonnaise. And I'm at the point now where I can add bigger bits of my oil to the mayonnaise, and you'll see the texture is starting to turn into what we usually expect from a mayo. And with a mayonnaise, the great thing is you can add all sorts of flavors to this. So you could add some sriracha, so you could have like a spicy sriracha mayonnaise. You could add all sorts of different spices that you like to add more flavors to this. You could also add garlic to it and turn it into an aioli. That's what turns something into aioli. Basically, aioli is a mayonnaise, but when you add garlic to it, it suddenly has a new name. It becomes Italian, and it becomes an aioli. So this is pretty much good to go as my mayonnaise. And so this took me about, I think I was mixing for about 3 or 4 minutes before I got on camera with you guys. And then obviously within the time that I've been here, maybe another 3 or 4 minutes, we have mayonnaise. So like I said, super easy and fast to make, absolutely tasty. So I've already added, like I said, the salt and the oil. So now we just add the additional flavoring. So I have some lemon juice that I'll pop in here. And then we have our Dijon, so we can just put a few teaspoons of that inside and mix it together. And for uses for mayonnaise, there's tons of ways. Obviously, it goes great on sandwiches. If you're making a tuna salad, egg salad, chicken salad, all of those things are really, really great for. any kind of summer dish, really. You can pop this on hamburgers, obviously, is another good one. So mayonnaise has tons and tons of uses. For making your own fresh mayonnaise, I would recommend you want to use this within probably the same day or the next day, since it doesn't have preservatives in it. It won't keep as long, but you don't have to make a large amount. So this right here, you can see this is a relatively small amount that I made in this bowl, and this would serve me for, you know, a few sandwiches or making a salad for 1 or 2 people. So that is how to make your mayonnaise at home.